Hello everyone. Apologies for the long gap. I've been quite ill. I had a bug that made me feel sick if I moved my head, and if I stood up I'd just fall down again. So it's not been very nice at all. And at the same time, Sandra was in hospital for a week following surgery, and now she won't be able to do anything physical for a couple more months at least. So it's been quite a week. I'm happy to report though that we're both still alive and kicking. Kicking weakly perhaps, but getting stronger all the time. Before all that happened though, we got all the garlic planted. Hooray! $3,600 in here and 6,100 in here. More than we've ever planted before. All going well, I won't have to do anything with it at all now until next spring, and next year we should have enough to help earn some money from it. That's the plan anyway. This is all that's left of this year's harvest. This shed was overflowing just 6 weeks ago. We sell it to supermarkets and whole food shops locally. This year it will bring in maybe €1,000 or so, but next year it might bring in a few thousand, unless I expand again. We'll worry about that later. In the meantime, I can think of other things again, and not just garlic. Here are some of the things I'd like to work on next, in case you're interested. A bigger grinding machine for the charcoal. That would be great. And the next machine for processing larger logs. Connecting the two railways together, which would be useful and include experimenting with other ways to make sleepers. Extending the drying tunnel so I can store more wood chips. Making a way to collect and use the heat from the charcoal making. But I also urgently need to repair the barn before the big storms arrive, and do some sheep fencing, and the house fascia boards need replacing too. Now that the animals have moved up to the new barn, 2 small rooms have become available in the old barn. We used to live in them when we first moved here, but lately they've housed saddles and horse blankets, so perhaps now they could house a lathe, or soldier flies, or mushrooms or something. I can also think about setting up the whole workshop in a better, tidier way, which would be great, but wouldn't earn any money. Now that the price of electricity and steel is so high, my metalwork business is much slower than it used to be. So we're wondering what other crops we could grow commercially here, despite our difficult climate. Bamboo, new potatoes, willows, flax. Lots and lots to do, and in the meantime, I'm still recovering. Being ill is always a bit worrying when you're self-employed. We're going that way. Go on then. So yet again, we wish we could avail of the many kind offers of help we get all the time. I'm not sure why people want to come and help us, but some do. The trouble has always been that there isn't anywhere suitable for people to stay. The barn's too damp and noisy, for instance, so making some sort of cabin would be another useful and interesting project. Or renovating this lovely little barn. Of course, the cabin is actually the easy part. It's the heating and the toilet and the shower that are more of a challenge. So, where to begin? As always, I am surrounded by too many choices. How lucky I am! And each one is interesting and exciting in its own way. There simply isn't time to choose them all, though. So, what to do next? I really don't know. But when I do, I'll let you know.